I feel like these topics before us is so voluminous that we just have to dive into it right now. So first we'll be talking about Davido and Chioma relationship fallout. You know, before coming on set, I was discussing with my colleagues in the office, and you know, everybody had their opinions. No, it's this person's fault. No, he shouldn't have done this, and all of that. But first, I would like to update you and give you just a little bit of the history between Davido and Chioma's relationship. Now, this pair actually became friends in 2013 but began dating in 2015, and Davido spoke about the state of their relationship in 2020 interview, saying that he had known Chioma for about 7 years and have been dating her for 5 years, and he said that Lati introduced them together. They went to the same school, that is Babcock University, and they started as friends until he got used to her and she got used to him, and of course she's a great cook. However, the couple didn't go public until 2017 when Chioma starred in Davido's musical video for Assurance. Since then, Davido said to The Juice, which is an interview, that the video began a spiral hate towards both Chioma and her family from fans. Now, he said, according to he quotes and says, even her parents used to get hate text messages. It affected our relationship a lot because the Assurance video stuff was so cool, but because the relationship actually became a public relationship. Now, after they introduced their families in September 2019, they soon became engaged in Lagos. Now, the wedding was set to take place in July 2020, but was put on hold due to the coronavirus pandemic, which sparked rumors of split. However, in a Bounce radio interview, it was meant to be in July, which he decided had to be till next year. And he said he had been working on businesses, an album, and the kids, and he wants everything to balance first before they get married. And of course, they welcomed their first child, which is Davido Adedeji Ifeanyi Adeleke Jr. Now, that is that. Now, before we had our model Davido seen entangled in a video where they were holding hands, and later we saw the real entanglement in another video, which confirmed the fact that possibly they were dating. I don't want to say they are dating because one has to be careful by judging, but before you can do stuff like that, it means that you're dating. Now, I want to ask first, what do you actually think went wrong? I will start with him first because he's the man. What do you, from standing as a man right now, from Davido's angle, what do you think could have actually happened? What went wrong that made people believe that it's either something went wrong, maybe, I don't know, domestic violence, or maybe the cheating thing was getting too much, or there was never an assurance, it was just an assurance for the video? What do you think could have gone wrong for this relationship to have crashed this way?
Well, I think they have weathered the storm to an extent, because to have a Davido is quite a young fellow. The lady too is young, and they are entering into this lifelong relationship. And Davido with the fame and all that, I mean, Chioma and whoever is also advising Chioma should have told her to expect some of these things.
Yes.
Because everything has its own, you cannot take the advantages and do away with the disadvantages. They go hand in hand. So they should, she should expect more of that. And for me, I think calling out the relationship and all that is not the best. It's not the best, because I don't even know to the extent that what led to it. Everything is left within the realm of speculation. So she should have stayed. Where I actually felt that Chioma was not well advised was the fact that she lost a great economic opportunity. When the Assurance video was on, at the height of it, she's supposed to have done something that will keep her well settled for life. The entrepreneurial angle, and she's an Igbo girl. She's supposed to have not taken the video's money. A t-shirt line, a clothing line, anything. Is it nature or whatever? she should have a line or two that is selling. Should have made her millions, and then expect also that this kind of things will happen. Davido is quite young. He has to explore the world. It's part of some of the things that come with the game. So, well, if you know you can't withstand the smoke and the heat, don't get close to the kitchen.
Nice. Okay, let's hear from you, Doctor.
So I can't agree with you anymore. In fact, you're just saying the words right out of my mouth.
Okay.
It's obvious that Davido is a polygamous man, or was, at least up until February 2021, when he was seen with the model. There's a polygamous man. This is not his first woman. This is not. She
saw it before coming in.
She knows what she's coming into.
How many baby mamas were there?
Exactly. So you know what you're coming into. So at that point, you shouldn't now start flaring up that. I mean, I understand the emotions that can come with it, but you should have been aware of the expectation and the reality of what you are getting into. Even ordinary man will not get money, will not get anything. He's still cheating on his legally married wife. Talk less of
that
you.
one now, you are going to an area where I always have issues with. You know, this generalization, I always have issues.
I'm just saying that there's some, as in your relationship with him. No, I mean, I'm saying that there's some, so your relationship with him is not even legally binding. It's just your girl, your boyfriend. And it's not, you just did the introduction. So technically, there's nothing to hold him against. You know, so talk less of, men are cheating on their wives out there. Some men are cheating on their wives. Talk less of an unmarried man that's turned you into a baby mama. So, you know, it's tough to hear, but that's just the bitter truth. And I agree with you 100%. That at that time where she was in the peak of that assurance video, is that, what are you gaining out of it? Yes, they got you an expensive car, but a car is a depreciating asset.
It's a liability.
It's a liability. At the end of the day, it loses money over time. So did you get like, you know, real estate investments? Did you do the clothing line or cooking line or some food line, something? How did you monetize? Yes, how did you monetize your situation? Yeah, because you have that opportunity to be.
It's a brand.
Yes.
A brand, very popular and creative.
Brand, yes.
And she let it slip off her fingers.
So, at the same time, I agree with you again that they are young. You know, Davido is not 30 yet. Yeah. She is what, 25, 26.
But let me say something on that. Why do we keep terming things to because they are young? It means you have to.
I have a question. I got married at 24.
Okay.
I've been married for about 13 years. My husband at that time was 30, he's 8 years older than me. So I would even say I was also young. But my lifestyle at that age was quite different from the lifestyle that someone like Chioma and Davido were currently in. I'll say it will make it into a lasting relationship. I was already living a very, you know, people will call it a boring life, but I was raising my cousin who was orphaned at birth, you know, from the age of 20. I was, you know, already taking care of the house. I was already working. I was already pretty much had been quite independent and quite, you know, responsible since I was much younger. So by that 24, I was ready to commit.
Commit yourself.
Yeah, same with my husband. He's been on his own since he was 17 and been, you know, struggling on his own. So by the time he was married at 32, he has spent a whole decade, you know, out there. He knows what he is.
On his own.
On his own, exactly.
Davido has always been a butter person.
So, a lot of people actually, some people, let me take it from this angle, some people actually blame Chioma, saying that, like you pointed out, as an Igbo girl, you know, they always believe there's something about you trying to make money, you trying to, you know, for every little thing, there's something about money when you hear the word, when you hear this regional side of Igbo.
But Igbos are entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that is a good asset.
That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people are blaming her that she should have taken that step. In fact, she shouldn't have even been pregnant. Because if she had actually learned from the mistake of these other ladies and how he had handled their cases, she shouldn't have even gone as far as getting pregnant.
She should have done her research.
Just to keep a man, because usually people say you can't keep a man. A man can only keep himself when he wants to be kept.
Yes.
So you cannot do that. So A lot of people are blaming her. Why did she get pregnant? And she actually dropped out of school, according to reports. That she dropped out of school. She didn't finish her school. Davido did, right?
He did.
Yeah, and she did. It was like she didn't get nothing out of it. All she got out of the relationship was people tagging her as somebody probably not smart, as what a lot of fans are saying.
Yes.
And people are tagging her as somebody that has a child, a single mother. It's not like there's anything bad being a single mother, but she could have not been in that shoe if she had thought wisely. What's your thought about this?
Yeah, you see, for me, I think, you know, we can't undo what has already been done. So this thing has occurred. I don't want to start about Martin Chioma. Let her not, you know, harm herself. Because there's always, look, life, when you hear the saying that opportunity comes but once, that is a fallacy from the pit of hell. Opportunity comes every day. If you have missed an opportunity, you reprogram yourself, you know, change your position and prepare for the next opportunity that is coming. It's always coming, you know. So she can pick up the pieces of her life and make the best of her life. That's what I want her to do.
That is if she is recognizing, you know, every failure as an opportunity for success.
Yes.
So if you realize that, oh wow, okay, I messed up here, and you prepare for that future, you know, that future experience, then you can be successful out of it.
But what we're doing here is also part of it.
Yeah.
Who knows? She might be somewhere, or someone close to her might be watching this program, and they will drum it into her ears if she hasn't thought of it. But I think she must have thought about it. That she could pick up the pieces of her life. Go back to school, complete your studies, and make something out of life. You see, I love situations where we make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. Men make mistakes. But the mistakes men make the man. And the woman as well. So it is good that you have made mistakes. It shows that you are making something at least. You are not idle. So let her pick up and move it from there. There's nothing spoiled according to our local father.
Well, that's to you, but a lot of people feel that a lot a lot of things have actually gone wrong, because like you said, there are a lot of things she should have done, and people are just asking. Right now people are just feeling like, despite the fact that she comes out, make videos, she's smiling, she's doing this, somewhere in the house she cries, like pours out like, why? Because no, let's even look at what Davido did, right? I know it's 27, not 28 here, about 28.
And it's not so young. Let's be real.
It's not so
young.
young.
21 at the end of the day.
Yeah, people get married, 21. People achieve a lot of things, even at this age.
Yes.
Now let's look away from Chioma. If you check how this relationship started, to be honest, a lot of people felt that this was Davido's bus stop. Like last bus stop, like
a lot of people felt that.
Yeah, a lot of people felt that because it was coming with the. No, we know he's an entertainer. Yes, we understand that he's an entertainer. But the thing is, people actually expect that, okay, he was going to go ahead with the marriage, but does not mean that he will not have other baby mamas, because he's an entertainer, so they can be excused that way. But it's wrong. Now, people feel that she was going to actually get married because of how Davido came out, the marriage, and he kept granting interviews to different stations, different papers, online, and all of that. And all he keeps saying is they are planning to get married. COVID-19 happened, but it's going to happen next year. You know, when you keep hearing things, even as a woman, because let's be real now, I'm a woman too. There are some things I keep hearing, words of affirmation. People keep saying stuff. It wants to give me this assurance that he wants to give me this assurance that, okay, this guy is actually going to get married to me. Like, he's all about it everywhere and anytime. He does not say, no, Chioma, I'm not talking about that. He says it all as it is. Everywhere he's going to, they tour around the country, around the world, and he's always with her.